Welcome to Choosing to Be, your home for compelling conversations on transformation, bringing personal, practical, and powerful insight into action. This is your host, Amanda Wirtz. I'm so grateful to be here, back in the studio, which is my kitchen. Yes, this podcast really is recorded here, and it's a completely breathtaking remodel, compliments of a 2022 dishwasher flood. I honestly love our kitchen. You can see it online at joliegdesigns.com/blue and white kitchen. Our designer, Michelle, is not paying for me for this promo, but she does do such excellent work. And if you're curious, you can see where I stand ready to connect with you. And doesn't the magic usually happen in the kitchen anyway? Food, coffee. I love that a lot. Meaningful conversations. I love those even more. And now it's me and you and a cup of tea. I'll have a sip and we're going to do real life. This is real life. Including real coughs. In today's episode, excuse me, today's episode, I'm dedicating it to my real life business students at Cal State San Marcos. You are the 40 reasons why I go to work. If you call it that, you are why. I am so excited to spend the semester on campus. You are my living laboratory, my inspiration, and many of you, and I can see this already, my mirror. So this one is for you. Let me build a little excitement here because what I'm about to share with you is one of the simplest, most transformative games you could ever play. It's called Prove It. It costs no money. It takes very little time. And the sky, your sky, is literally the limit. You are about to find out what you're really capable of and who you really are. So do not fast forward, do not skip. Every word here is meant just for you. Here's the context. This week, my students have been writing about what it takes to build confidence. Face adversity, move through setbacks, achieve goals, make your dreams real. Even the little ones, especially the little ones. And I realized I might just be the poster child for possibility. I've had to acquire tools and insight to survive, to rebuild, and eventually to thrive. Some of these tools and insight I picked up from others. Many I invented on my own. And through it all, I faced more setbacks than I can count and still managed to achieve goals that once felt and seemed impossible. I never quit on myself. And that's where my confidence comes from. Today, I want to hand you one of my very best tools, a game that will flip your inner critic on its head. So let's talk about the game. Prove It. It's a game I play frequently in my own life. I play it with my daughter, and I want to invite you to start playing it too. Prove It. Now, this isn't about proving something to other people. Let's give up on that entirely. It's about proving it to yourself, challenging the stories in your head, achieving your goals, building your confidence. And why this topic today? Because as my students shared, confidence is not an inherited trait. It's not in your DNA or your horoscope. Confidence is a skill. It is a muscle. You build it the same way you build strength in the gym, by pushing past, your current capacity. You find your capacity. You move beyond it by tolerating discomfort, by facing adversity, by trying something hard, by surviving what you thought you couldn't. This is not an intellectual exercise. You cannot hypothesize your way through life, and you don't think your way into confidence. You can't talk your way into confidence. You have to earn it. You have to prove it. You get to become it. Don't believe me? Eleanor Roosevelt said, quote, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face." Now, I'm not here to outshine Eleanor. I love her and her book, You Learn by Living. It's one of my favorites. But here's the truth. It's not enough to just stop and stare at fear. You've got to move through it. You've got to take the step anyway. That's what confidence really is, not theory, not wishing. It's movement. It's facing the thing you don't want to face and doing it anyway. It's fundamentally saying to yourself, this dream is real, and I will not abandon it or myself. So, okay, great, Amanda, then let's just do it then, right? You've got a big, exciting, terrifying goal. You'll just break it down into small steps and knock them out one by one. Deal. Done. Except if you've lived long enough, or if you have any life experience, this is where things get sticky. If we slowed life way, way down, almost like watching a replay in slow motion, we'd notice something. We don't usually get stuck on the first step. We get stuck in the middle. The sticky middle. That's precisely where the stories show up. You know the ones. This is going to be too hard. This is going to take forever. I don't know how. I can't figure that out. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have enough experience. I'll never be X, Y, Z. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. That's not your authentic voice. Most of those thoughts didn't even come from you. They came from somewhere else. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, the neighbor down the street, your teachers. God bless the teachers. The people on TV, the coach who told you you'd never make varsity. These stories get planted in us early. We didn't choose them. We didn't consent. We were programmed, and very early on. I recently found the only remaining academic record of my childhood, my first grade report card. It's completely unimpressive, mostly B's and C's, with declining behavior as the year progressed. Amanda struggles to work independently, doesn't complete work, does not work to capacity, and disturbs others. But what stood out to me was the one paragraph my teacher chose to write at the end of the year. Amanda spends more time avoiding work when she could have completed it. Now, I undoubtedly had some sort of unaddressed ADD. This was the 80s. We didn't even know what that was. But I was also probably navigating some stories I learned along the way. I was in a loop and I didn't know how to find my way out. Many people feel that way now. As adults, we are immersed in our negative, looping stories. And if our stories aren't enough, other people will also continue to feed you their stories. They will. Not because they're malicious. They're just not awake and they're probably stuck themselves. Here are some of the stories I have been told. You're never going to get better. No one will ever love you. Living overseas is scary. Writing a book is too hard. Funny enough, I'm testing that story right now as we speak. They'd never talk to you. You'll never keep up the violin. Graduate school is too difficult. You have no experience. There's no way you'll get this job. I heard that one twice. By the way, I got both jobs. People will hand you these scripts like they're facts. They're not. They're just stories. Why not try? Why not make the effort? Because you'll fail? Here's the wild part. The great thing about failing or even hitting rock bottom is that you realize the truth. You absolutely have nothing to lose, really. There are 3 times in my life I thought I was going to die. So grateful for these moments. Once was during a chemical attack alarm while I was deployed in a war. Sirens blaring, far from any possibility of safety, wondering if this was it. Another one was when I had an internal bleed. Doctors couldn't stop because I have one of the rarest blood types. During COVID, they couldn't even find blood to transfuse me. I remember signing the paper so that they could do whatever it took to keep me alive as my vision went hazy. And I thought about my toddler at home. Would I ever see her again? And the third was when I developed C. diff, which could be a life-threatening infection from over-administration of antibiotics. My blood pressure continued to drop. No stabilization in sight, even with continuous fluids. 3 times I thought, this might be it. And you know what I learned? When everything can disappear quickly, you realize how very little you actually have to lose. I think living a life with a hushed heart, quieted dreams, and deadened curiosity is worse than death. I will not live that way. And if you've already survived some difficult times, found out that there's life after failure, have a good laugh. You're still here, and the rest is just a game. So let's get back to the stories. Let's not shame ourselves. I don't care how bold, wise, or confident you are, you'll have stories. I still do. I'm friends with CEOs, executive coaches, national leaders, famous musicians. They do too. Welcome to the human condition. Let's slow down and listen compassionately. Let's hear the stories. Let's become their friend. You cannot challenge something you don't understand. That's like trying to solve a puzzle without looking at all the pieces. Once you lay out all the pieces, you get to start the game. My dog is having a dream in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. It's really cute. Lay out all the pieces. You get to start the game. And why not make it a game? Why not make it fun? Life is hard enough. Einstein said play is the highest form of research. And that's what we're doing. We're researching. We're playing. So let's play. I'm going to lay out the PROVE framework. Here's how it works. The game is called Prove It. The framework is the acronym PROVE. PROVE. P stands for pause and play. Pause and play. Notice the story. Pause. Remind yourself, this is a game. Curiosity on, judgment off. Write the thought down. You'll get so good at this, you won't need to write it down, but try writing it at first. What are all the stories? I don't know enough. It'll take too long. It won't be any good. I'll probably fail. Let's not be so shy. They're there. That's P. Pause and play. The next is R. Reveal the story. Get curious about it. Where did it come from? Who believed this and handed it to you? Mom? Dad? High school teacher? TV? Get specific. Don't bully it, befriend it. The point here is to illuminate one truth. That is not your authentic voice. The next step is O. Outline your steps and own your move. This one's huge. Big goals feel impossible because we don't outline them. There are a lot of steps to larger goals. Write them down if that's helpful. Create as much of a path as a vision as possible. What does need to get done? And then own your move. Take the next step, even if it's the smallest one. This is where environment comes into. Make space for it. Clear the clutter. Set up your tools. Turn on the music. Get the lighting right. Everyone's ecology, or the conditions in which you're going to thrive, are different. Figure out what supports you. Stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you don't need this. Create the conditions for you to thrive. You are the hero to your own life. Create the conditions. Now let's talk about time, because so many of our stories are about time. It's going to take so long. It's going to take forever. Really? Prove it. Set a timer. Use a timer. You've probably got one on your phone. If you want a fancy one for fun, Amazon has thousands of selections. Start tracking it. How long does it actually take? I use this one a lot. Record it. I do this a lot. I have a timer in my office, in my bedroom, in the kitchen. It's going to take a long time. Stop the story. Start a timer. Find out. That leads us to V. Validate through action. Action. Take the step. Hit the timer. See what's actually true. You think it's going to take you 2 hours? Find out. Prove it. And invite a friend in. Accountability can be a beautiful tool and more fun. Tell them about your Prove It challenge. Build some excitement. And lastly, E, evaluate and expand. Now look back. Was the story true? Evaluate. Most of the time, it was not. Now let's say you did the thing and you fail. It didn't turn out how you expected or had hoped. So what? Money back guarantee. There are times it's not going to turn out like you hoped, like you wanted. Failure is never the enemy. Stagnation is. Maybe people don't like it. Maybe you don't get enough hits on social media. You didn't make your goal. Maybe it doesn't make a dime. But at least you can like yourself for showing up, for your incredible effort, for proving to yourself that you didn't abandon yourself or your dreams. Here's the deeper truth. Underneath all of this is fear. And most of us have built a pretty low tolerance for it. Some people are naturally more risk tolerant. Just ask any group of parents with 3-year-olds. One kid won't even go near the slide, while another is launching themselves off the bedroom dresser. But as adults, we learn to play it safe, to avoid risk, to avoid perceived pain. Now, yes, some risks are real. Jump out of a plane without a parachute and you're going to die. That's not mindset. That's gravity. But most of what we call risk is really just perceived risk. You ask for the interview, the worst they can say is no. They may deny you an opportunity, but you didn't die. That's why we play the prove it game, to train ourselves to tell the difference, to raise our tolerance, to practice taking safe but scary steps, and to discover again and again that we are more capable than we thought. And when people don't like it or don't like you, remember, approval is a terrible marker of success. Someone will always not like you or what you've done. That has nothing to do with you. What matters is this: you liked that you spent your life living, that you didn't abandon yourself or your dreams, that you didn't waste your one wild, sacred life suffocating under a blanket of lies. You showed up for yourself. This is exactly what Theodore Roosevelt was pointing to in his famous Man in the Arena speech. Quote, "It's not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man, the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who at worst, if he fails, he at least fails while daring greatly. That's you in the arena playing the game. Eventually, you'll get so good at proving it that this will almost become second nature. Story to action. I do an abbreviated version with my 7-year-old. Her name is Adeline. Me. Adeline, I want you to, my voice, Adeline, I want you to pick up your clothes and carry them to the laundry. Adeline, that's going to take so long. It's going to take forever. Me, prove it. I'll time you. 1, 2, 3. Within seconds, Adeline starts running with a smile on her face, arms filled with dirty clothes, straight towards a hamper. That wasn't just efficient, it was fun. Kids don't lie, and our bodies don't either. Stop doing what doesn't work. Stuck doesn't work. And you know it. It's time to play Prove It. I have some companion practices. If you'd like some exciting ways to up your game, here are a few practical tools. Use voice notes. When the story feels too loud, record yourself saying it out loud, then record your reframe. Hearing your voice, the difference in your own voice is powerful. I do this all the time. You can create your own private WhatsApp channel. You could do micro dares, tiny daily challenges that push you slightly past comfort. Send the email. Ask the question. Try the class. Make the call. Confidence compounds with every micro win. Track your wins. Keep a Prove It log. Every time you face a story and take a step, jot it down. My accountability partner and writing coach has a ta-da log she shares with me every week. Over time, you'll see the proof of your resilience on paper. Celebrate small wins. Build a reward loop. After you take a step, celebrate it. Reverse the role. Imagine your best friend told you the story you're telling yourself. What advice would you give them? Here's one of my favorites. Do a future check-in. Ask, what would the future version of me, the one who already proved it, say right now? Confidence doesn't come from thinking about it. It doesn't come from talking about it. It comes from proving it. So dream your dream. Identify the stories. Find the steps. Ready your space. Set the timer. Move. The biggest risk of all is denying yourself. The biggest risk of all is abandoning yourself. The biggest risk is staying stuck. Confidence is not built in theory. It's built in practice and in proof. The next time you feel a hook, do not take my word for it. Play Prove It and discover who you are and what you're capable of. Please share this episode with your family and friends. Like it, heart it, sprinkle some sugar on it. Maybe stevia, it's more my thing. Send me your feedback. Invite your friends, your family, your coworkers to listen. Challenge them and yourself to outgrow the stories that have kept you small. Challenge yourself to outlive the lies you've inherited, to reach for the dreams that actually matter to you, and then jump because you can. Until next time, this is Amanda Wirtz, celebrating your highest and most important choice, who you are choosing to be.